So what you notice is like with guys that are popular, like even as I'm doing the speech right now, do you see how animated my face is? Guys that are not high in the totem pole, what they do is they go, okay, that's interesting. Like you see how like instantaneously I look different?
Yep.
It's like, so with you, I think you need to actually work with animating your face a little bit more. So like when you're feeling into a girl, like you're like, that's interesting. Like you need to be able to communicate more with your face. It's like, I feel like you're more suppressed and repressed, and like that's actually a big issue with girls if they feel that way, because it means that you must be that type of guy that's, how would you put it? Like I've talked to you about this before.
You're more logical, basically, right? You come across as very logical, someone that you could like be a CEO like in a business board meeting with, like.
You need to put a girl on the emotional wave.
Right, but less emotional, so more engaging their emotions. One way is just facial expression.
Well,
just
the snake in your pants thing was actually that
yeah.
good emotion.
But I'm not talking about what he's saying.
My verbal skills when it comes to this, I can think pretty fast.
That's good.
But I think you're right about the emoting. I'm not very good at facial expression.
Dude, I practice it in the mirror all the time. Like I'll sit in front of the mirror, and like I was talking to you about this. I actually didn't realize this when I was getting back into my game and shit, like trying to work my stuff, build my skills back after taking so long off of it. I realized I was smiling too big. Like, hey, how's it going? Like it looks. Do you feel the energy of it? Watch it. Hey, like it's like it's almost apologetic. So what I started doing was like more like, hey, like effortless. It's like I'm trying too hard and I need you to like me, so I'm doing a bigger smile. Watching your face and like watching how the emotions roll off of it will actually help you out. I would actually be looking at people that have the results you want, like actors and movie stars.
That's just what I was gonna say.
Hey.
Two good examples that come to mind of someone who's like, they radiate with their body language that confidence and that just intensity would be Tyler Durden Fight Club would be one. And then second one, there's another really good one.
Californication.
He's not bad. He's okay. Oh, Elliot Hulse. YouTube. Elliot Hulse. Watch his videos. Watch the way he talks to the camera. Like he's hitting you emotionally, not logically. Right? He's hitting you with emotions. But when you're a girl, like think, how can I make it? Even though your voice is a big part, like you have a voice that you sound very calm, which is good, but it sounds like there's not a lot of variety in the tones, how loud you're talking, the emotions that you're injecting. So that's something you can practice, is injecting more emotion into the way you talk, because that'll impact the girls a lot more. Oh. And then the second thing with the date, another way you can build both comfort and attraction, and this is a crutch you can use, is just to play the question game. I told someone that. Okay. Play the question game, which is, it's a way to create a frame where it's okay to talk about like deep emotional topics and to talk about sexual topics. So you just ask her, have you ever played the question game? She's going to say no, because no one's played the question game, unless she's met a lot of pickup guys, which is, possible, I suppose. So you ask her, have you played the question game? She'll say no. And then you say the rules are, we each ask each other interesting personal questions. You're allowed to skip if you don't want to answer, and we can't answer the same question twice. And you go back and forth. And so very simply, you can ask things that are like what your relationship with your parents is like, or what you value in friendships, or like things that are personal and that create an intimacy. Or you can also ask things that are more sexual, like about her first kiss. Has she ever had a crush on a girl? And then you slowly can escalate it to more and more sexual things, like what her turn-ons are, how she lost her virginity, those kinds of things. So that's a way to add a lot of sexuality as well as a lot of comfort. And if you want some good examples of questions, there's something called I think it's the 37 questions that make people fall in love. It's based on a psychological study where they had strangers ask each other these 37 questions, and by the end of it, they reported feeling deep love for each other. Some of the questions are a bit goofy to me, but a lot of them are really interesting kinds of questions that build a lot of intimacy.
Mm-hmm. And I did this actually 2 months ago, because I was actually having a similar issue, so I'm repressed too, naturally, which I know doesn't like currently look like it, but that's what 9 months going out consistently gaming does. So what I did was I started watching, so I studied like the greats, studied the guys that I want to be like. Like I consider Tyler and Julian still better than me in game. I still think Tyler is a little bit of a better coach, but it's like impossible to get a one-on-one.
I wouldn't say he's a better coach. Maybe better in game, but I don't think he's the best coach, to be honest.
Yeah. So
sorry if you're watching it.
No, don't tear down my idols. So one of the big things with Julian was facial expressions. So what I started doing was instead of using words, I'd for an entire month, I focused on using facial expressions. So watch this. So let's say Avery's like, hey bro, take out the trash.
Is that how I talk in your mind? I'm a South Park, Butters from South Park, apparently.
He's like, oh my god, that John guy in the couch, man. If I wasn't a straight pickup artist, man, I would do him in the butt.
Okay.
Yeah,
interesting.
We're saying that shit.
Keeps going gay. It's a theme.
There's a lot of repressed rage, honestly. It's the only reason I became a pickup artist. So what you could do is like, let's say he says that, like says something about some bullshit about trash. I'd be like this, and I just like do like that, just like a fuck you, like but with my eyes, like if a girl says some stupid shit, I'm like.
Even if it's not stupid, it doesn't even have. Like you ask her if she's from California. She says she's from California. And you're like, okay, interesting. Right? You can just like give her a kind of slightly condescending look with the way you respond. Like, okay. Like you're disappointed. Give her the look of disappointment in her answer. And if you do it right, she's gonna start chasing you.
You know how hot girls reject guys or like tell a guy he's doing like some bullshit. So remember that girl that gave that fucking mean answer, the one that we talked about a few times, the one like. Get the fuck away from me, whatever. Give her a look like this. Like that. Like, alright. Bye. Like, it's like that. You can even like, you can communicate with people across the room. So sometimes I'll see a girl that I'm into. Like, alright, tell me how uncomfortable it is, by the way. So I did this with a client one time, and I was trying to explain to him how important eye contact was. And I told him about winking, because it's something I was working on at the time, kind of like doing cocky stares. So this girl comes around the corner. And she's like she's a pretty attractive girl. I pull up her Instagram right now. We went on a few dates and I stopped talking to her because I talked to a cooler girl that I like better. And I'll
Ouch.
True story. So she walks around the corner and I'm like, watch. So I gave her like this eye contact. I was like this. I was like, and like she goes like this. She walks by me as I'm doing this and she does a double take. She's like this. And then like he looks at me and he goes, should I go talk to her? I'm like, yeah, you should go talk to her. So he runs and goes, talks to her, gets her number. He comes back. She comes back to the table, asks me for my number, and we went on a few dates after that. It's so fucking stupid. Such a slight thing, but every guy nowadays can't even fucking do that. It's like you're afraid to step up to the fucking plate.